Hey everyone, it's me, Ms. Farrell. It's not Mr. Carnival. I'm gonna try to review and talk through chapters 9 through 12 of Lord of the Flies with you with no notes and no book. Why? Because I'm in the process of moving and all of my stuff is at my old place and I am currently at my new place. How is moving going? Not well because of social distancing, but that's not your problem. That's my problem. All right. Anyway, let's see. Chapter 9. Oh man, chapter 9. Simon is murdered by the boys. Prior chapter, we find out, or Simon finds out, or at least it's confirmed for Simon that the boys are the beast. And they really come through with that confirmation and do murder Simon. Do the boys realize it's Simon? Maybe not right away, but at some point they most likely realize it's Simon. They're on top of him, they're scratching him, they're biting him. They're overwhelmed with the desire to kill. They don't really care what it is. They just want to kill. It's that innate human savagery Golding is writing about. And they're willing to kill another human being, and that human being turns out to be Simon. Simon is the voice of conscience within the novel, and the boys do kill their voice of conscience. And there's really no more conscience, no more morality on the island once the boys do murder Simon. Let's see, chapter 10. In chapter 10, Piggy insists that Simon's death is an accident, which might seem strange because Piggy is realistic. He is the voice of reason in the novel. But in essence, what the boys did, what even Piggy and Ralph did, they were in on the murder of Simon, flies in the face of all Piggy believes in reason, in rules, in what grown-ups believe in. And Piggy can't accept that what they did to Simon is anything but an accident. Ralph is the most reasonable one here. He insists that it is murder. We see Jack talk to his boys about what happened to Simon, and he talks about how the beast came disguised. And some of the other boys seem a little weird about it. They're like, but didn't we kill it? And Jack's like, no, how could we? Because Jack needs the beast to be alive. He needs the boys to be fearful of the beast. Jack controls the boys through fear. Fear is very powerful. We are all afraid of the coronavirus right now, and hopefully we are all staying in our homes because of that. Jack needs this fear. He needs the beast to exist to control the boys. All right, so let's see. That's chapter 10. Oh, geez. What the heck happens in chapter 11? Oh, boy. Well, this is awkward now. Chapter 11. Is that when they steal Piggy's glasses? Oh, no. Chances are Ralph, Piggy would have given Jack fire if he had asked for it. But that's not the way Jack rolls. So Piggy, the voice of reason, is blinded. He can no longer see. We do see Jack become a tyrannical leader. He is a dictator. And all the boys, well, most of the boys, virtually all the boys, decide to follow Jack. This is the type of leader they want. One that rules by fear. One that encourages fun. The fun of darkness. The fun of murder. The fun of worshiping the beast. Of worshiping the devil. And again, Golding is talking about mankind in general. what man is drawn to. And then in chapter 12, Piggy wants to go to Jack's side of the island, to Castle Rock, to reason with Jack, to get his glasses back. Ralph is skeptical. Sam and Eric are skeptical. Like, they'll be painted. You know what it'll be like. But they go anyway, because they're good friends. Piggy attempts to reason with Jack. He reasons with him in 3 different ways. They are not effective. Ralph and Jack argue verbally, and it's the first time we see Ralph and Jack argue, or fight physically. If we were in class, I would draw a picture on the board. I don't have a board here, believe it or not. I have no whiteboard in my new home. I can draw a picture and post it online. If you think that would be useful, you can comment on this video. I can do that. I can post a picture. But Jack and his tribe are on the top of Castle Rock, on top of the mountain. Ralph is somewhere in the middle. Piggy's on the bottom. And at the top, Jack, Roger, all of their boys are yelling, taunting, throwing stones at Ralph and Piggy. Things are becoming intense as Jack is yelling at Ralph and Piggy. They capture Sam and Eric. Jack even says, "Look, they do what I say." They tie up Sam and Eric. Roger becomes delirious with abandonment and pushes a giant boulder down the hill. Ralph ducks. Piggy can't see. He goes flying through the air. He lands on a rock down by the sea. His head cracks open and red stuff comes out, which is important. It's noteworthy. He's the most intelligent boy on the island. And his brains splatter open. And he twitches like a pig that's been killed, which that description is intentional as well. And the boys have now killed the voice of reason. So they've killed Simon, the voice of conscience. They've gotten rid of their conscience and morality. And they've killed the voice of reason. All reason is gone on the island. This is actually chapter 11, not chapter 12. I'm mistaken. Sorry. This is what isolation will do to you. At this point, Jack... and the boys, at this point, they don't mourn Piggy. There seems to be some level of mourning or self-reflection with Simon. There's not with Piggy. Jack just screams at Ralph, "See, that's what you get." And he throws a spear at Ralph. And injures him, and then Ralph runs away. And now we get the idea that the boys are going to hunt Ralph. We've moved from hunting animals to hunting humans. The most dangerous game. And that takes us to chapter 12, where Jack and his tribe are hunting Ralph. Ralph is incredulous. He thinks that maybe this isn't what's really happening, but it is. He sees Sam and Eric. They give him some information. They don't have much. They say Roger sharpened a stick at both ends, which we've seen before. Where have we seen that? If you remember, comment under the video or somewhere on Classroom, wherever it makes sense. I asked the question already. It's messed up. What are they planning on doing to Ralph if they sharpened a stick at both ends? Essentially, in order to capture Ralph, Jack and his tribe burn down the island. No reason, no forethought. They burn down their home, kill all the pigs, all of their foods. They turn the island into a hell. It's a literal hell. The boys land on the island. It's a paradise. It's a Garden of Eden. And then mankind lives there and destroys it completely. The naval officer shows up. The boys immediately start hunting Ralph. They immediately stop hunting Ralph. The naval officer is a symbol of the adult world, authority, laws, school, rules, police, whatever it is. The officer thinks they're just having fun. To the boys, it's a deadly game, not just a game. And again, we see here, the boys do represent the larger picture, what's going on in the outside world. We get this idea that man creates his own hell. The boys create hell on this island. They start off and things are good. And Ralph mentions that. They have rules, they have law, they have order, they agree. And then the boys become afraid. They decide to follow Jack, and things start to fall apart. And according to Golding, this is what mankind does. And the naval officer has shown up to save the boys, but who is going to save the naval officer? Who is going off to do the exact same thing the boys were doing on the island? He's going off to kill other people. He's going off to war. And that is, in many ways, the essential message of the novel. If we were in class, I would say a lot more. If you have questions, let us know. We'll try to talk more about the novel. I'm going to cut off here because I'm reaching 12 minutes, and I don't know if you've been watching anymore, but I hope you are. All right. See ya.